Hey guys, so today I thought I would talk a little bit about studying because we're coming to the end of sort of like the school year. So whether you're in college or in secondary school or anything, you might be preparing for exams. I know I am currently procrastinating from studying while filming this video, which is probably not the best, but hey, we all need a break sometimes. So I thought today I would talk just a little bit about studying because it's something, no matter how much we don't like it, we have to do it, unfortunately. So these are just a couple of things that I suppose I do that help me. Just thought I'd share them with you guys, and yeah, let's see where this video goes. So let's roll right into it, and I don't know what to do with my hands. Let's go. So the first thing that I do when I'm studying is that I like to write out everything like again. So if I've written it out already and when I'm studying I'll write out the main points on another sheet and maybe like highlight them and stuff. So I think by writing them again it gets them into my head. And then I also love using index cards, and I love these ones because they're so colourful and just makes everything look pretty, and when it's pretty I just think it makes me learn it easier. But I also think there's like a study or something that says if you write on coloured paper it makes you makes you remember them better. Whether that's true or not I don't know, but I just like the coloured pages because they look pretty. But these index cards are so handy because you can have one index card for maybe like one section of a thing. So I don't know, let's say if you're studying a play or something and you want all the themes, you can just write them all on one card and that's all you have to look for. You don't have to like go through loads of notes or anything, and they're so easy to have. Just flick through them whenever you're studying, and they look nice and coloured-y as well, and it's handy. So I love these for like taking notes. Other than that, I just have them on like an A4 page, and then I like to have my study notes very neat and pretty, so I'll use every single coloured pen I have for different subheadings and underlining things, and I'll use different highlighters and everything just for the visual aspect. I think for me it works really well if it's like colourful and neat and I like all structured. I learn it better. And yeah, it's just very visual. Another thing I do also is do spider webs, which I think are really easy and really handy. So if you just like an A4 page and in the centre you have what you're studying. So let's say, again, it's easier to do if it's like a play, and then you write that in the middle and then you have all branches coming out of it and all the different things. So let's say you have one for the characters, one for the themes, one for everything, and it's just really easy. Then you can like stick it up on your wall and then look at it every day when you pass by, which I think is a good thing as well. I do that quite a lot with notes or with study maps like that. I will do them and then I'll stick them somewhere where I'll see them every day. So you might not take much notice of them, but they're always going to be there. So I don't know, if you stick them on maybe your wardrobe, every time you go to take something out of your wardrobe you're going to see it. You mightn't read it a lot, but just from seeing it there, it will like go into your brain without you like thinking, oh my god, I'm studying right now, but it just sort of soak in, which is always good. Thinking you're doing study when you're not actually doing study is great. So that's a great thing to do. What else have I wrote a little list. Write notes. Yeah, another thing I do, I don't know whether, I know lots of people say don't do this, but when I study I listen to music, and I usually have one playlist that I'll listen to every single time. So by about the second or third time I listen to it, I sort of know exactly the same order the songs go in. I know what's coming next, I know what to think about it, and it just is like background noise to me, because if I don't have them in I sort of start hearing all the little things that are happening in my room, like if there's a creak somewhere, or if there's someone in the hallway, or if there's someone outside the window, and then they just distract me even more. So I have a musical playlist that I just listen to every time I study, and it's sort of just in the background. I don't really hear it, and it's just sort of there in the background and like keeps me going. And I also think it makes studying slightly fun as well, because like you've got a little soundtrack to go with it, and just makes it a little bit more bearable than if you're just like sitting in a quiet room writing out loads of stuff and trying to put it into your brain, because there's some days when you just really don't want to do that. So I love listening to music. It might not work for everybody, it might work for some people, but that's just something that I do. Another thing I do is I try to reward myself with like little breaks. One, do take breaks, because if you're sitting there for like 4 hours or something and not take any breaks, you're just going to get tired and it's not going to go in. So you need to like step away from it for a second, and then when you come back, it'll like go in. So even if, I don't know, you go downstairs to get a drink of water, or I sometimes here I like to just take my bin out or something just to get outside. It only takes about 10 minutes, but by the time I get outside and then come back in, I just feel fresher and ready to do it. Or like if you've been working for maybe like 3 hours, maybe like go for a walk for half an hour, something like that, and then when you come back you'll feel refreshed. And with that, I also like to give myself little rewards. So if it's a particularly bad day of study, I like to give myself a little reward and like an incentive to study. So I'll say, let's say if I study for an hour, I can watch a 10-minute YouTube video, or I can go on Facebook for 10 minutes, or I can sit and watch TV for a 20-minute episode or something like that. And then it sort of just spurs me on to study. So I'll be like, yeah, if I study for this long, I can get this little reward, and then do another hour of study and then get this little reward. And it sort of gives you a break as well, breaks up your study, but you also feel like you're like going somewhere, to like rewarding yourself, and it also gives you a little bit of a fun break in between your studies, which is always good. So, but try not to go over the time you reward yourself, which I sometimes do. I'll be like, yeah, I'll watch like one YouTube video, but then another one will pop up and I'm like, oh, I'll just watch this one, and then I end up sitting there for an hour. So don't do that. It is hard to try not do that, but it's always good to like give yourself a little reward. And yeah, I don't really know what else. Probably one thing I do as well is always have water or some sort of drink beside me whenever I'm studying, just in case I get thirsty, and also for hydration. And I also like to have some snacks as well nearby. So even if I have like maybe banana or an apple or something, or maybe some nuts, or I don't know, some toast or something like that, but just so if I get hungry I don't have to like go all the way downstairs or go all the way into another room to make something. It's nice to just have some snacks on hand, and also when I'm studying it just keeps me like occupied as well. If I want a slight break, I might just be like, oh, I'll just eat this banana right now or something. It only take like 2 minutes, but you just feel like you're getting a little break and resting your eyes a little bit from just like staring at all these notes and all these words that are like just going like bam into your face. So that's always good. But yeah, I suppose these are just some little things that I do to help me study. They might be of no help to any of you out there at all, or they might help one of you. I know when I started out studying, it was sort of like, what do I do? There's so much that I need to get into my brain, but you sort of have to pick out like the important parts, or have maybe keywords that help you remember like certain things. But yeah, it's sort of, you have to find your own way to do it. But these are just some of the little tips and things that I find help me when I'm studying, and they work for me. So I thought I would share with you guys. And also I'm just really procrastinating from studying, but I should really go do some after this video. But yeah, seeing as we're coming to the end of sort of the school year and exam season is upon us, I thought I would just do this little video to show you guys those. And that is it. I'm going to stop rambling on and I will see you next time. Do give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, to let me know, and do let me know in the comments if there's any tips maybe that you do that I haven't mentioned that I might like, that might help me maybe. So I'm always looking for like new things to help me studying and make it a little more interesting. So if you do have any, do let me know down in the comments. And yeah, that is it, and I will see you next time. Bye!